Hi Sag, welcome to June. This is Teresa from tarotbyt.com, and before I get to your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. And I want to say thank you for liking my channel and subscribing, and thank you for those who have taken time out to comment. I really appreciate it. I read all your comments. I really enjoy reading them. And also those who have ordered readings, thank you. I value your business, and thank you for choosing me. So let's see, we've got a new moon in Gemini, which is falling in your 7th house. And we have a full moon in Capricorn. So something, we'll get to that later, but for now let's check out what's going on for Sag. What does Sag need to know about love and relationship, love and life for the month of June? What does Sag need to know about love and life for the month of June? May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. What does Sagittarius need to know about love and relationship? Three of Cups, Page of Cups, 6 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups, the Death card, 6 of Pentacles, the Temperance. Okay. Now, the Death card does not mean physical death, so don't worry. Just so you know. I would never predict someone's death anyway, because it's just not ethical. But, okay, so let's see. You have the 3 of Cups and the Page of Cups. So the 3 of Cups is a card about parties, celebration, having fun with friends. You might be socializing more in June. And the Page of Cups, a new love, possibly. The Page of Cups can mean a message of love or an offer of love. Like someone might be interested in you. It could be if it's Cups, it could be a water sign or someone who acts like a water sign. For some of you, well, it could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. But it could also mean, sometimes when the 3 of Cups and the Page of Cups come together, it could mean birth. So for those of you who are wanting to have children or planning to or trying to have children, it could mean pregnancy and birth. It could mean you're celebrating the birth of something. It could also mean the birth of a creative project or the birth of a new love. Like maybe you're out socializing and you meet someone. Or, you know, you could get engaged even. With the 3, and I know that's unusual for Sag because they value their freedom, but Page of Cups is definitely, you're going to be feeling love. You're going to be feeling the love in June, especially since you have the 10 of Cups here in the future. So whoever you're connecting with, this person really brings you joy. You have the ability to create a happy home with this person or a happy home environment, whether or not it leads to marriage or not. You have the connection. You have the love. 6 of Wands, you've been celebrating your success. So you recently have had a successful period in your career. Because the 6 of Wands is showing you as someone who is seen as good at what they do. Your excellence is being lauded. Page of Pentacles, in the recent past, you might be learning some new skills. You might have been learning some new skills. And you've been working really hard. You have the 9 of Wands. So there's this goal. While you're having this love experience, you've been also working really hard at your career. And at sometimes it just feels like no matter how hard you work, like when am I going to see results? When am I going to achieve my goal? With the 9 of Wands, it's saying, the message is don't give up. You're this close to success. You're this close to finding what you're seeking. Just don't give up. Sometimes with the Nine of Wands, a problem that you once dealt with in the past may need to be, like someone from the past may come back, maybe for closure, and you have to deal with this obstacle one more time. But you're nearing the end of your burden, because when you get to the 10, it's over. So the 10 is here in terms of love. So you're having some type of completion or resolution in a relationship. You know, maybe you declare your love. Maybe you started out meeting, you know, with someone, and now you're falling deeper into the relationship, and you're both pledging your love to each other. It just looks good. Now, in the you have in your fears here the Seven of Cups. This is a card of being stuck in the choices. So it's possible that you're trying to decide what direction to go in a relationship. You're not sure exactly what type of relationship you want. You know, it's like, okay, I love this person, I care, but do I want a commitment? Do I want marriage? Or you could be choosing between, like for some of you might be dating more than one person and trying to decide, okay, what do I really want? Do I want this person or that person? So here you're stuck in the choices, but you have the potential to make a really significant love connection in June. The Death card, your environment is changing. It's time for you to clear out the old and begin anew. The Death card means that either where you live, you're changing your residence, you're changing, there's something about your environment that's going through major change, where you end one cycle and start a new cycle. So it could be that a new relationship comes into your life, and you fix up your home differently, or you move to a different location. Maybe you decide to get a place together, or you move into someone else's house, or you're redecorating because someone new is coming in. But whatever it is with the Death, the bigger issue is releasing stagnant energy, releasing the old, releasing the past, freeing yourself from what's no longer growing, what's no longer working, so that you can invite the new in, so that you can make room for the new. So you're making room for someone, for this new energy. And the only way you can do that is to release something has not been growing. So you have to take out the garbage, basically, so that you could make room for the new. You have the Six of Pentacles here in your wish fulfillment. This is a card of compassionate giving. So you might be working in a career that helps others. You're working to maybe healing or social work or counseling. The only danger with the Six of Pentacles is giving over giving. So you might be giving too much in a relationship, and you might need to create some balance. Maybe you're giving too much to a job and you're neglecting the relationship, or you're giving too much in a relationship where you're paying for everything, you're always going out of your way, you're doing all the work, and you may need to find a little bit balance where you take more of the middle ground. That's kind of also the message of this Temperance card. The Temperance card is finding the balance, learning how to blend both sides, learning how to compromise in a relationship. That could be an issue coming up. You can't always have it your way, or the other person can't always have it their way. So if you've been having some kind of imbalance, if a relationship has been imbalanced, especially in the giving, especially in who pays for what, who's doing all the work, you may have to make some adjustments there. But with the Temperance card as an outcome, though, you are compatible with this person. You just need to find the middle ground. You need to meet each other halfway. You need to compromise. So it could be that you're dealing with someone and you have very different needs or different likes and dislikes. You know, you can't always be, someone can't be always like you. You know, you always say, well, you might be, you know, you need that contrast to keep things alive. If you're with someone who's too much like you, that can be boring. But if you're with someone who's different than you, then you have to compromise a little bit more. You know, you may want to go see a movie, this person may want to go out dancing or whatever. Or you may prefer this type of food and they prefer something else. So you have to learn how to blend your differences together and create a win-win situation. And then you can have that harmony and that love. And it looks good. I think maybe you need to stand up for yourself a little bit, not be too much. If you're being a people pleaser, don't stop. Stop doing that. Start standing up for what you believe in and setting some boundaries and letting people know how far you're willing to go and how much you're willing to take on. Because Sagittarians have a tendency to take on too much. You want to do it all. And sometimes you wind up thinking you can do it all, and you don't realize, well, I don't have the time to do it all after you commit. And then you're killing yourself trying. So learn to set limits. Learn what your limits are, and just accept what you can do. Just take on what you can do and do well. Don't overburden yourself. But the love looks great. The career looks great. You have a lot of options. You just have to choose. Don't be afraid of the choices. You know, a lot of times people are afraid to choose because they think, well, what if this is the wrong choice? Then what? And then you wind up being paralyzed and you can't move forward. What I say is, just do it. Choose something. If it doesn't work, you choose again. You know, you just keep choosing till you get where you want to be. But if you're afraid of the choices, you'll never move anywhere. You'll always be stuck in fear. So don't let fear hold you back from choosing. Choose love. Choose happiness. It's there for you. So let's see what the astrology is saying for this month. So you have a new moon in your 7th house in Gemini. Now, this new moon, you can have a new beginning, but because it's in Gemini, there could be some duality there where you're trying to choose between two things. So for some of you, you might be trying to choose between two people. For others, it may be a choice of commit, don't commit. Confess my love, don't confess my love. You know, do I move this relationship forward, or do I leave it where it is? You know, it doesn't have to be always two people. Sometimes, though, with the three could sometimes represent a triangle. You know, you have a friend that you care about, but then you have this love relationship that's really exciting, and you're having to choose between two people. You know, you don't want to give up either the friendship or the love. So there could be something like that, you know. But let's see, what else? You have Mars going through your 3rd house, so communication is going to be important. It's time for you to speak up, and Sagittarius has no problem with voicing their opinion or speaking up. The only thing is you have to remember is to do it with kindness and gentle, and think about the needs of the other person. Because you have your North Node is in the 9th house, so your path is centered around higher education, teaching, learning, sharing your wisdom, maybe global travel, long distance travel. So your career may take you away from your local area, but you want to you can keep in touch. But that's where your energy is going. You might be having more arguments with relatives, neighbors, brothers, sisters, because the 3rd house is siblings. Your communication style might be a little bit more forceful, so tone down the message. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. This month, take other people's feelings into consideration. You have Uranus going through the 6th house, so that could bring up some unexpected health issues. If you're not taking care of your health, something may come up that needs to be dealt with. Otherwise, it could be surprise things at work. You know, instability at work. You're not sure. Could bring a new job even out of the blue. Or, you know, your relationship with coworkers can be a little bit shaky. It's like you have Jupiter. Okay, now you have Mercury, in the 8th house and Saturn in the 2nd house. So that's definitely a self-worth money issue. Saturn in the 2nd house brings, it can bring some expenses. So you might have unexpected expenses. And Mercury in the 8th is about, when Mercury goes into the 8th house, you really have to do some thinking about, you're confronting your demons. Mercury has to do with communication, but it also has to do with thinking. So where are you thinking? You know, in the 8th house is like the stuff we sweep under the rug. It's our hidden dark side, you know. So you might need to look into the dark side. What's my communication style? Is it too forceful? Is it not nurturing? How do I feel about intimacy? Am I pushing it away? Because Saturn is in the second house. Saturn can deal with feelings of self-worth. You know, it's like Saturn is creating, you have to work on yourself. Wherever Saturn is, that's where the karma, and that's where you have to work. So you have to work on your self-esteem. Maybe that's why you're acting like, you know, your communication style might be harsh, because deep down inside you may not value yourself, or you're not feeling valued in the world. So you're angry on some level, you know, and it's coming out through communication. So with Saturn, you have to say, what am I worth? Am I getting paid what I'm worth? How do I value myself? What am I afraid of? Saturn sometimes represents limitation. Am I afraid to be myself? Am I afraid to express myself? Am I afraid to ask for what I need? So there's issues, because Mercury opposed Saturn. You're afraid to speak up in some way, but it's going to come out anyway. You know, if you're holding something back, it's going to come out with, like, through an unconscious way. Like you're at it, you might be more sarcastic. So it's better to be honest. It's better to confront the truth and get it out. You have Jupiter going through the 12th house right now, and it's trining Neptune. So this is a good time to really confront those hidden aspects, hidden blocks. Now, the full moon is in Capricorn, and that falls on June 28th. And the full moon falls in your second house of self-worth and money, and it's conjunct the moon. Saturn is conjunct the moon. So again, something comes to completion. Something is revealed. So your money houses are being activated at this full moon. And your values. What do I value? How do I think of me? With the moon in the second house, you may be feeling a little insecure. When the moon's in the second house, your feelings about yourself fluctuate. 1 minute you're confident, next minute you're not. You know, you're doubting yourself. And with Saturn and the moon coming together, that's not a warm and fuzzy. You know, you might be keeping people at a distance. You're afraid to get close to someone. You're afraid to open up and be vulnerable. So those are issues that you need to work on. Don't keep people away. Don't avoid intimacy just because of fear. Fear that maybe I'm not lovable, or no one's going to want me, or, you know, on some psychological, you know, there might be some underlying psychological block that's preventing you from having the love you need. So you need to work on that. Where Saturn is, that means you have to work on it. And if you work on that, on overcoming that fear, and learning how to value yourself more, you'll be attracting this love. Saturn offers a reward for any hard work that you do. And you have to take better care. So Uranus is in the 6th house. So if you love yourself, you take care of yourself. So if you've been neglecting your health, or neglecting taking care of yourself, Uranus is going to show you this has got to stop. You know, Uranus is in your 6th house, so it's freeing you from some burden that you've taken on, where you feel like you have to overwork or overdo. You know, because if you're feeling insecure, you're trying to prove to the world that you have value, and you're proving it through overwork, and that's affecting your health. So you have to give yourself a break. Stop killing yourself trying to prove your value. You are valuable, with or without the effort that you put in. But you have to set boundaries. You have Mars in the 3rd house, so that's the house of communication. You have to, you know, you have to learn how to communicate your needs to the people around you. Otherwise, it's going to come out in anger, and, you know, you're going to have problems with the people around you, because your anger is going to get released in your immediate environment, the people that are close to you. If you're not dealing with the issues that are under the rug, your anger is going to come out, and your communication style is going to be harsh, because you're not dealing with the real issue, the underlying issue, which is your self-worth and self-esteem, and what are my values? What do I value? How do I feel about me? What do I want from others? How do I want others to show me how valuable I am? Do you need someone else's approval? Do you need someone else's recognition? Start validating yourself. So this can come to a head at the end of the month because of these houses that are being activated, your money houses. So you could be negotiating a contract. Maybe that, that gets finalized by the end of the month. But whatever it is, you've been working really hard, and Saturn will give you the reward. If you work on yourself, Saturn will bring rewards. Saturn may also, up your expenses a little bit, but you're learning how to take when Saturn's in the second house, you're learning how to take responsibility for your money. You're learning how to manage your money. Maybe you've been spending without thinking. Now Saturn's saying, okay, I've got to have a budget. I've got to have a plan. Either I have to learn to manage my money better, or I have to earn more. And that's where all these things are coming in. Thinking about, am I getting the love I need? Am I getting the intimacy I need? Am I being paid what I'm worth? Am I, putting all this work out there? What's coming back? What's my return on investment? Because Saturn is the business person. So you have to do the work. Work on yourself. Work on your, how you value yourself, how you see yourself. Because the money that you earn is tied into your self-esteem. When you start taking care of yourself and valuing yourself, people will start valuing you, and the money will flow, and the love will flow, the intimacy will flow. But if you come from a place of fear, and a place of lack, and a place of negative thinking, with Saturn opposing Mercury sometimes can mean, doubt, and where you're questioning everything and you're doubting, that anything's going to happen. You're afraid to speak up because you think no one's going to care about what you need. So don't let fear hold you back. Ask for what you need and expect to receive it. You deserve love, and it's there for you. So it's time for a change. It's time to release the baggage, throw out the garbage, and make room for love to enter into your life. So that's my forecast for June, Sag. I wish you much luck and love. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, just click on the link in the description box, and we can schedule that. And I'd love to work with you. In the meantime, enjoy June. You're going to be surrounded by those who love you. So I'll talk to you next month. Okay, bye now.